This is going to be a little hard for you to accept. There are millions of children around the world who don't have a warm home to come home to, a clean bed to lie in at night, or even a plate of food at dinner time.
And that's why one group of elementary school students created Feed My Starving Children. The nonprofit's goal is to end world hunger in children, and they say their approach is simple and it helps more than just those it serves.
We're bagging foods for children that are hungry and in third world countries, and so this is the food, and we put each serving inside the bag.
Austin is in charge of the bags, just one step in creating Manna Packs, a pouch of food for malnourished children in countries around the world. The bags will go to children around the globe who don't have access to basic needs.
I'm just happy that we're helping other people outside this country and that America is very fortunate to have all this food, and it's nice to give it to some other people.
3,000 volunteers signed up to make the bags, these special kids included, and members in the community pledged $220,000 to pay for them.
The community has just rallied around this, and it's just been a phenomenal response from the community financially and volunteer-wise.
The bags will be shipped to more than 80 countries worldwide, helping thousands of children in as soon as 2 weeks. Event organizer Scott Sterk says the event speaks to the willingness of a community to come together.
There are some pretty big cities in the country that just now are doing 1 million meals. So the staff from Feed My Starving Children has said not only for Warsaw to be able to do 1 million meals is a big deal, but to be able to do 1 million meals at the very first time out is almost unheard of.
Feed My Starving Children reaches nearly 70 countries across the globe.
That's incredible. Okay, but what about right here on Delmarva? There's a great need in your backyard, too. Just to give you an idea, the Food Bank of Delaware reports it distributed 6 million pounds of food last year. The Maryland Food Bank Eastern Shore says in fiscal year 2014, a new record distributing more than 4 million meals to families in need. Take a look at Virginia. The Federation of Virginia Food Banks report more than 912,000 people don't know where their next meal will come from.
But we can help change that. You have the power to bring those numbers down. Joining us today to tell us more is Jennifer Small with the Maryland Food Bank in Salisbury. Jennifer, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, many people may be surprised who needs this food. It's not always the low income.
That's correct. If you think about it, hungry now is no longer the homeless. The stereotype has changed, the face of hunger has changed, and now we're looking at individuals who are the middle class working poor, our senior citizens and our children.
Wow. Okay, so there are some things that are obviously you're going to suffer from being hungry, but there's some other things other than the obvious that will affect you from being hungry, right?
The most staggering statistics that we're seeing is, of course, the increased risk of health disorders,
right.
Diabetes, obesity. Other things are the lack of social representation, of developmental impairment, job readiness, low performance, greater risk for long-term impacts.
Wow.
Now, when you're dealing with children, you'll find that most of them are maybe embarrassed to admit that they're not getting enough to eat. Are there some signs that we could be looking for?
There are a lot of signs that we can be looking for. We want to look at things as far as their low socialization within the classroom. Are they paying attention? Are their grades falling? Are they having trouble concentrating? Do they have less energy for social intervention? Does their tummy hurt?
How about that? Now there are programs in place that are helping. Tell us about the school pantry program.
We have a school pantry program on the Eastern Shore. It kicked off 3 years ago. It's a collaborative partnership between the Maryland Food Bank and Maryland Public Schools. And what it does is it allows us to provide more readily accessible foods, fresh, nutritious, supplemental food items to school pantries so that they can help provide food for the families, the school's children, and even the community.
Now, can you volunteer to help with this?
Absolutely. One of the caveats to this is hopefully to get the parents to engage in their school so that they do have more of a representation in their child's education.
So the community can help.
Absolutely.
How do we get involved?
3 special ways. Donate your food, donate your money, donate your time, and help us volunteer to get more food out to the community.
Okay.
Back to the families, how do they actually get the food?
We have 3 different ways. Our schools can actually be established as an emergency food pantry. They have designated hours and times, most of the time after school. We have mobile pantry on the goes, and those are operated around PTA meetings and special events within the school. And then we also have something called the backpack program, and that offers weekend survival kits for children to be able to have 3 meals a day over the weekend.
Yeah, because sometimes their food at school is the only food
That's
they
all they
get.
get.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, Jennifer, thank you so much.
Thank you so much
Wonderful
for having me.
program. Thanks for telling us about it.
Now, there are other programs that are working to end hunger on Delmarva. The Backpack Program supports dozens of students at Ocean City Elementary School. The group raises money to sponsor children who need food on the weekends when they're not in school. You can help by donating products like soup, breakfast bars, any type of healthy food, really. To get more information, call 410-524-8909.
The Food Bank of Delaware also has a backpack program. It supports nearly 5,000 children each week who are also in need of food on weekends and holidays. The Food Bank stocks backpacks with things like milk and juice, macaroni and cheese, beef stew, and granola bars. They're distributed at places like schools, churches, and community centers. For more information, call 302-292-1305.
The Food Bank of Southeastern Virginia and the Eastern Shore also has a backpack program that distributes food at the end of the school day, before weekends and school breaks. The food's non-perishable, easily consumed, and it is discreetly distributed to kids. If you'd like more information on that program in Virginia, 757-314-4555. If you'd like more information on any of these programs, all you have to do is go to WBOC.com and click on our picture at the top of the page.
All right, well, how about eating a meal all while supporting a great cause? Still ahead on Delmarva Live, find out how you can do just that at the upcoming Signature Chefs event for the March of Dimes. We're even getting a taste of the event when we head to the kitchen to make blackened tuna patachios.
Delmarva Live. We'll be back in just a moment.